Good morning, welcome to CATEX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Tuesday, September 24th, 2013. If you're a Radio Newark listener and wish to watch this program, log into our site at www.catex.com. Well, today may be the day at the United Nations, the day in which President Obama and Iranian President Rouhani may actually meet. There's also already a scheduled meeting between Secretary of State John Kerry, the American State Department. Good morning, welcome to CATEX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Tuesday, September 24th, 2013. If you're a Radio Newark listener and want to watch our program, please go to www.catex.com. At the United Nations in New York today, it may be the day. The Iranian President Rouhani is in New York, and he may meet today with President Obama, who was also in New York. There is already a scheduled meeting between the American Secretary of State and the Iranian Foreign Minister. That's going to happen at about 3 o'clock today. It's thought that if a meeting between the two presidents occur, it may happen earlier in the day on the floor of the General Assembly when both are expected to speak. Meanwhile, just a short time ago, a very strong earthquake, a 7.8 magnitude earthquake, struck southwest Pakistan. That's the Baluchistan region of Pakistan. Tremors were felt as far away as New Delhi. The quake lasted apparently about 2 minutes. The U.S. Geological Survey has issued a red alert. That means that estimated fatalities are over 1,000 and damages could be over $1 billion. This is a very remote area of the world. It's thought that the majority of the damage may be on the coastline, which is where most of the development would be. The Chinese, in fact, are building a very major and large port on the Baluchistan coastline. There's no word yet whether the damage is near that area. Big news today from Aon Benfield, the big reinsurance broker. They have named a new CEO. It's Eric Anderson. He's currently the CEO of Aon Risk Solutions Americas unit. That's the commercial brokerage entity. Aon staff was notified late yesterday that Anderson, who joined the group in 1997, is going to succeed the two incumbent CEOs, Mike Bungert and Dominic Christian. We saw Dominic Christian 2 weeks ago in Monte Carlo, and he seemed just fine. More news on the Nairobi Westgate shopping mall situation. It turns out that, of course, Lloyd's is the insurer. The total sum insured is a relatively modest $76 million. It seems that the emerging markets political violence specialist, Chaucer Syndicate, heads the placement. The placement was brokered by Arthur J. Gallagher in the UK, and it was taken out by the mall's owner, which is the Kenyan company Sony Holdings. Chaucer has a number of other markets on the risk, including QBE, Liberty Syndicates, Hiscox, Nove, and Canopius. That's pretty much a Lloyd's blue chip group. The situation at the mall itself continues to be confusing. The Kenyan security forces claim that they now have taken control of the shopping mall. However, sporadic gunfire continues to be heard by reporters in the area. At least 62 shoppers and staff have been killed, but that number could rise once they completely get into the mall and begin to see the damage. Well, this is deja vu all over again. As Yogi Berra said, more than 600,000 Thais have been affected by flooding since July. About a quarter of the provinces in Thailand have been inundated by floods. Floods in 2011 killed 800 people and caused massive economic damage, including a substantial interruption of the global supply chain for a whole host of products that nobody even knew were manufactured in Thailand. Parts of the Ayutthaya province north of Bangkok have been deluged by up to a meter of water. Many huge industrial estates in Ayutthaya, in that plain north of Bangkok, were inundated in 2011, which caused a lot of the problems in the supply chain. We had been reporting for a couple of weeks, like everybody else, that the London-based broker, Towers Watson Re, was going to be purchased by Willis. Towers Watson was eventually purchased by JLT last week for $250 million. Now we know, according to the Insurance Insider, that it was senior staff at Towers Re, particularly London-based executives, who apparently torpedoed the proposed sale of the business to Willis. In the run-up to the Monte Carlo rendezvous, sources said that Willis executives has exuded an air of confidence about the proposed acquisition of Tower's broking business, with one suggesting that they had been heard boasting that the deal was done. Apparently, the Tower's executives in London put the kibosh on that. Tiger Risk has apparently sustained the departure of Steve Breen. Breen is thought to have left Tiger Risk's retro unit for a position with Guy Carpenter in New York. Tiger has hired Martin Bartel from Aon Benfield. Bartel is going to start in March of next year after serving out his notice period with Aon Benfield. Now, apparently, the Alberta Floods are the costliest natural disaster in Canadian history. Insured property damage at about 1.7 billion Canadian, a shade less than that in American. The Insurance Bureau of Canada estimate is based on data from PCS Canada from 25,000 flood-related claims. This is torrential downfall in the end of June, which claimed the lives of 4 people and forced 100,000 from their homes. The previous highest insured claim in Canada was from a 1998 ice storm. That's the news for today. We'll keep an eye on what goes on at the UN. Keep in mind that the American government and the Iranian government have not had any official contact since the Jimmy Carter administration, when the Iranians overran the American embassy in Tehran. That was a long time ago. That's the news for today. See you tomorrow.